What's going on, YouTube? I'm back. Familiar place, familiar car. Today we are talking, yeah, exactly, about mods. So, mods are not particularly obligatory for this car for one simple reason. It's an amazing package out of the box. It's done in a perfect, balanced way out of the French factory. So to be honest, even if you don't touch anything on the car, you basically not miss anything. Everything is just in a perfect balance. Because it's a front-wheel drive car, you can't go crazy on power, because the front wheels have to do steering, braking, and accelerating at the same time. So, having that in mind, the engineers at Renault managed to squeeze the perfect limit from all the components all together. But if you're chasing particular lap times, if you're chasing some crazier performance, if the hot hatch is not enough for you as it is, of course you can also get crazy about it. So my Megane Trophy has currently, as Internet Society refers to it, a stage 2 modification list, which I will be listing in the video description so you can guys check all the stuff. But basically, let's start off with wheels. Naturally, the car comes with a 19-inch Steve wheels. That's how they're called. That's the name, STEEV. As I think I mentioned already earlier in a previous video, they look amazing because they fill in the arches, the wheel arches perfectly. But in terms of performance, it's not really what you're looking after. That's why I decided to put the 18-inch All-Tech wheels, which, as you can see, look quite amazing. They're quite beautiful, simple design, multi-spokes. They actually do look a lot like the OZ Ultraleggera, Superleggera, Allegrita, whatever the models are. Those ones are 18s, of course. Those ones are 18s, and I got some rubber on them, the Nankang NS2R. They're not real semi-slicks, as you probably already know. They're just ultra high performance tire with a little bit of a character of a semi-slick tire. So having the lighter wheels, smaller and lighter, of course you're gonna get less unsprung mass, rotational mass, so you're gonna get better grip, better cornering, better braking, better accelerating. Afterwards, let's move on to brakes. Brakes are standard discs, slotted, ventilated, OEM Renault Brembo discs. As for brake pads, I went for the, I basically wanted a little bit of a stronger initial bite, so I went for the Ferrodo DS1 in the front and the Ferrodo DS 2500 in the back. For me, I think that's the perfect combination because the DS1 in the front have a very good strong initial bite. At the same time, they're not too brutal, let's say. Once they get hot, they still retain the same dynamics, so it's quite good. I'm talking now already track day usage. The ones in the backs are obviously doing less of a job, so they're not really on all the time. But anyway, there's a good upgrade. Moving on, we go to exhaust system. Exhaust system, as you already know, a pretty important tuning part of a turbo car. The bigger the better, of course. In this case, we have non-resonated full exhaust 3-inch. I believe 3-inch is like, what is it, like 76 millimeters or something like that. I'm not pretty sure. I'm gonna put it in the post edit. So we have the Miltech non-resonated turbo back exhaust, all the way 3-inch. We have in the front, instead of the cats, we have the downpipe, completely unrestricted, no high flow cats, 100 cells or 200 cells, just a simple downpipe, 3-inch as well. So that really helps the turbo, especially once you remap the car, once you remap the ECU of the car. the difference is just amazing. You'll notice it immediately. Low torque, low RPM, you get that squish, you get that boom and bang, so that's pretty awesome. Going on, suspension, I didn't touch anything yet. It's the stock trophy suspension. It's anyway lower than the standard RS250. It's stiffer, of course, because the chassis is also stiffer. Springs and damping, I have no idea about the spring rates, but they feel decent. They feel strong enough, at the same time not really stiff for daily driving. As for brake lines, as you can probably see, I went with a yellow Superline braid lines. I think that's what was the company called in the UK. The small hint here as regarding for brake lines is you do have the 4 sides, of course, but in the back you have the small connection pieces. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see them, they're right there. So those ones are the ones that are actually bringing the brake fluid from the central line back to the caliper, and of course front to the caliper. Most of the braided line brake companies, they don't offer that small middle part, which is quite essential, because if you don't change it but you do change all the other 4 corners, you're basically leaving it up stuck in the middle, so the fluid would not travel as fast as the new braided lines are capable of. Afterwards, we have exhaust, we have brakes, we have the stage 2 ECU remap. That's nothing to discuss there, it's just a stage 2 ECU remap. I went to the Netherlands to one of the best, if not the best, Renault specialist. He's called Dekker Motorsport. I think it's north from Amsterdam. I'll link a description. I'll put a link in the description of his business, of his Facebook page and so on. Let me show you, because that's the good moment now to actually see the solutions I did as regarding a top engine level. Powerflex Blackline engine mounts, upper one, lower one, and a gearbox one, which comes from a company called Vibrotechnics, I think also based in the UK. Forge Motorsport blow-off valve for that extra, I guess, fizz filling, for the fuzz filling. A turbo inlet pipe by Forge Motorsport, bigger in diameter than the stock one, no ribs anymore, flat surface, better airflow. Filter, stock OEM box, filter box, but I just have a BMC panel filter. I think that's enough. I don't need to go crazy with the ITG, cold air intakes and all the stuff there. It doesn't really bring any benefit. It actually brings more of a problems, because all the dirt and grime that we're gonna build up here will go straight into your turbo, and you don't want that. That's all as of this part of the engine. Stock turbo, stock injectors, regular fluids, oil, filters, spark plugs, nothing changed. Regular battery for now. I'm planning to upgrade the battery to a small one, but we'll get there. That's not the most important now. And I think actually that's it as of exterior engine suspension upgrades. Oh, I actually forgot a very, very important part. Talking about temperatures, Wagner intercooler stage 2, front mount intercooler, a very essential part. Temperatures drops are just amazing compared to the stock one. The stock one is so small, so restricted. So that's also a good upgrade, especially for trucking the car a couple of times per year like I do. Interior, except the cosmetic changes, the Alcantara changes, stock Recaro Sportster seats, not the lightest but quite the most comfortable ones, I guess. You can regulate them in height as well. In the back we have the strut bar from CGR in the UK, the same guys that did the downpipe. We have the cargo net from Sabelt. And I think that's it. Let me know if you have some questions regarding the upgrades. I'll try to list every single part with a reference to a company or a link, so you can guys maybe shop something if you feel like. Leave a like, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, let me know if you have some questions or remarks, and see you next time. Bye.